Another film made by Mamoru Hosoda? Pfft, count me in. Hey everyone, welcome to the review. Here's my review for the movie Mirai. Yes, Mirai is the new Japanese animated film written and directed by Mamoru Hosoda, a Japanese filmmaker who's done a lot of amazing, elegant, magical, whimsical Japanese anime films like The Boy and the Beast, Wolf Children, Summer Wars, and The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, and the Digimon movie. And now Mirai. Mirai has two very known actors in this movie with John Cho and Rebecca Hall. And the story of this movie is about this young boy named Kun. And basically Kun is this small little boy who lives happily with his family. He's a very tiny kid. I think he's about 5 or 6 years old. And then when the parents have a new baby and stuff named Mirai, it's this little girl. The little brother, the older brother actually, gets very jealous of this baby, and he doesn't want this baby to exist anymore. He wanted to live just a normal life with him and his family. However, one day when he goes into this garden, he meets his younger sister Mirai, but in teenage form. She's there to guide him and basically show him the past, present, and future of their entire family history and stuff. And he goes on this really cool magical journey with his sister, his little sister from the future and stuff. And that all leads to something that he needs to learn and needs to resolve. And that's all I'm going to say without spoiling anything. But yes, the new installment of Mamoru Hosoda's films. I love Mamoru Hosoda to death, and I was super excited to see this movie. I was so excited to see this movie that I ended up seeing this movie over Ralph Breaks the Internet. Yes, I'm still going to go see Ralph Breaks the Internet, but I had a lot of movies to go see, and I didn't have time to go see both Mirai and Ralph Breaks the Internet, so I had to only choose one to go see. So I chose Mirai because it's an early screening, and I love Japanese animated films so much, more than I love Disney, so I had to go see it because I wanted to get a review out for you guys early, and I could go see Ralph Breaks the Internet on like Friday or something like that. And again, there's a lot of movies to see, and I really wanted to see this movie because I'm a huge die-hard Mamoru Hosoda fan. And honestly, this movie is very, very good. It's completely solid. I really, really enjoyed it. It's super imaginative. It's very ambitious. It's got beautiful animation, wonderful characters, has that timeless feel about it, and yeah, I really enjoyed Mirai. I thought Mirai was a really great film. It's not as good as his other films. It's kind of like his weaker movie, but it's not really a bad negative because Mamoru Hosoda, other than the Digimon movie, he really doesn't make bad movies. So when this is like the weakest out of his films, it's still a great film just because Mamoru Hosoda has so many amazing films that it's kind of hard to top a lot of his work. But it doesn't have like that heart and that realism of Wolf Children, that humanistic approach like Wolf Children did. A strong character study like Wolf Children. And it doesn't have that sense of layered and deepness and thought-provoking feels like Girl Who Leapt Through Time, and it doesn't have that feel-good slice of life feel like Summer Wars. And it doesn't have that excitement and that entertainment value and just that cool adventure story like Boy and the Beast. It has sprinkles of all those things. There is some slice of life. There is some hard-hitting humanistic approach to it. There is some entertainment value and adventure stories. It has sprinkles. There is some deepness to it. There is some layered storytelling in Mirai, but nothing onto the level as all those other films did of Mamoru Hosoda, which makes it not as good and as strong as those films because those films just did all those things better. And it's not like really a bad negative, but it does bring it down a bit because, again, those films are just better films, and I'd rather watch those films more than Mirai. Don't get me wrong, I'll still buy this movie on Blu-ray and definitely watch it again because I really, really enjoyed it, but it's nothing amazing, and it's definitely not the best Mamoru Hosoda film. But don't take that as a huge negative because this movie is still really good. It's a much smarter film and a much more interesting film than most anime films that have come out this year, so take that. And yeah, I love Japanese animated films because they push the boundaries more. They go more complicated. They go more complex. They treat kids like they're smart people, not like they're complete morons. And this film is very smart at times, almost to the smart to a fault at times. Because even at times I was getting a little confused, and there's some moments here and there that really didn't make sense. Because there's at times you feel like this movie is all through the imagination of the main character Kun, but it's not really, actually. It's actually what he's experiencing. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So it's like an Alice in Wonderland weird acid trip of a film. I'm cool with that. But then at times some things in the plot just don't really make sense. And I'm like, okay, whatever. See, those flaws could have all been fixed if this was all just through the imagination of the main character. But it wasn't. But anyways, again, that's fine. This movie was still good, beautifully designed. The characters were very real. I liked the main character, Kun. I liked Mirai. I loved the parents. The parents were so lovable parents. Very kind and interesting characters. The main characters and this brother-sister relationship and their back and forth with each other was really, really funny and really funny and really enjoyable to watch it. They felt like genuine brother and sister. And even the parents felt like genuine, real parents. And that's all thanks to great voice acting. I don't know who plays the voice of Mirai and Kun, but they do a great job. The voice acting is top-notch. And John Cho and Rebecca Hall also do a really solid job. And the direction was really good. There's a lot of attention to detail in this film that I just can't help but admire and appreciate. I love how the movie ended. I love the score to this movie. The score to this movie is absolutely beautiful and very enthralling and enchanting to watch. And I had a lot of fun with this movie, and I definitely would recommend it, especially if you're a fan of animated films. Not just like Japanese animated films, but animated films in general, because it's a lot more thinky than most kids' films. And it's just a really fun time, and it's just so well designed and so well crafted that people just need to go see this film. It's not amazing. It's definitely not the best film of Mamoru Hosoda's films, but it's still a really great film, and it is something you just gotta see. So yeah, definitely check out Mirai. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give Mirai a 7.8 out of 10. Definitely check this one out. It's a good film. So that was my review for the movie Mirai. So in the comment section below, please tell me what is your favorite and least favorite Mamoru Hosoda film. You all know what my favorites are because I did a ranking of all his films. My favorite will always be Wolf Children, and my least favorite will always be Digimon the movie. But yeah. What are your guys' favorites? What are your guys' least favorite films by Mamoru Hosoda? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.